a great career at Carroll. He struggled a little bit this season. Matt Wyman's had a great career, but he's passing up open looks. And as Coach Strykosen comes over, a couple of Hall of Famers right there. Laurel Johnson has had a steady career. Yeah, he only had 4 points the other night. He's got to step up and score. Ife Kalajai has that ability. And we talked about Matt Wyman. There's guys averaging double figures, but those were early on in the season. They haven't been doing that a lot lately.
Right. I think, you always think the next game you play is the most important game. This is because if Carroll Min can pull this one off, then you're back at 6-4, and you're right back in the middle of it.
You're only a game out of first.
You're only a game out first. But you got to get this one. If you lose this one, you're 5-5 now. You're 2 games out, and you can still get there, but it's just a lot tougher. And I know how disappointed they were in how they played the second half against Montana Tech, and I know Carson didn't get much sleep. I know what that's like.
Yep.
You do a lot of soul searching when you lose. You really do. You look at everything. But I have confidence in he and his staff that they'll come in with a plan tonight. And the trouble is you're going against a really good coach in Billy Drykosen. Yep. He's won a national championship.
He's the only one in the Frontier to do it.
Yes. So he's been there. He's done that. So I think we're going to have a great crowd in. We have very, very close to a capacity crowd here tonight.
It's very close, yeah.
We do.
One player, as we get ready to head to break here, one player I want to mention, and you don't have to say anything about him, but that is the play of Alejandro Santos Piqueras, who had such a fantastic game against Tech in limited minutes, but he played a lot in the second half, and look for him possibly to have a great game tonight, because if Laurel or Ife get into foul trouble, then Alejandro has to be there, and he's got the ability to do it. We've seen it multiple times. We'll take a final break. Your starting lineup and tip-off just around the corner. The 10th-ranked Saints and Rocky Mountain College from the PE Center. This is Carroll College basketball on ESPN Radio. Nice job by the Carroll College ROTC presenting the colors tonight. And a great job by the Carroll Pep Band performing our national anthem. Welcome back to the PE Center. Jason Walker alongside the Hall of Famer Gary Turcotte. And it is time for 10th ranked Carroll men taking on Rocky Mountain College. Rocky beat the Saints back on January the 9th. It was 59-54. And the Saints, that kind of started their shooting struggles for the last couple of weeks. But Rocky being introduced, they will start Satchel McDonald. McDonald had a very nice game that first time out here a couple of weeks ago. Also Chad Cannon, 6'1" senior from Roy. McDonald, the 5'11" junior from St. Louis. Danny Betcher, 6'7" junior from Billings. Craig Wilmore, who is very athletic, 6'3" junior from Daytona Beach. And Jared Samuelson, 6'7" sophomore from Billings. For Bill Drykosen, assisted by Sean McKeon and James Bullock. For Carroll College, it'll be Match Burnham, 6'8" junior from Spangle, Washington. Laurel Johnson, 6'1" senior from Downey, California. Ryan Imhoff, 6'6" senior from Napa, California. Matt Wyman, 6'7" junior from Great Falls. And Ife Kalajaye, 6'2" junior from Rancho Palos Verdes, California. For the Dr. Carson Cunningham, assisted by Jesse Ripe, Scott Menzies, Hassani Simmons, and Tony Dalton. And Coach Turcotte, I wanted to mention Jesse Ripe, fresh start. He cut his hair. He actually looks like a professional assistant basketball coach now.
Well, he's an awful good-looking guy, but I got to be honest with you that he looks even better with that haircut. But I'm old school.
I am too, and I told him that before the game. I said, "You look like a professional coach now."
Yeah, I think he feels good about it too.
Well, the Saints have lost 4 of the last 6 games, and it's time for a change. You're 9 games through, you're midway point of the conference season. This starts the second half, and it's time to change some things up and do something different.
I noticed that Ryan Imhoff, who's had trouble with his right shoulder, has got some type of a pad. It looks like
it's a shoulder brace.
Is it a shoulder brace?
Yeah, it's like Race Martin wears at LC State.
Yeah, but let's hope that keeps it in, because it's popped out of socket the last 2 games.
At Tech, both of those.
Yeah.
Hasn't had any issues at LC last Saturday or at Western, but both games at Tech. Saints in their home road blacks with the purple numbers and letters, gold trim, because of Rocky not being able to do laundry between between Butte and Helena. So Rocky in their grays with black numbers and letters and green trim.
And I know, how good we've talked about the officiating is in this league, and it is really good. But I think if I know Carson, that he would like this crew tonight. This is a crew that he's more comfortable with.
For the most part, yes. The tip is won by Wyman into the hands of Ife Kalajaye. Gets it to Laurel Johnson, and the Saints moving right to left have the first possession of the game, and it's Kalajaye dumping it down to Burnham. Burnham with Cannon and leaning on him. Gets it out to Kalajaye, right back to Burnham. Got around Cannon and up off the glass and in. Good ball movement, in and out and back in. The Saints are up 2-0. Cannon will fire a 3, and it's 3-2 Rocky. Well, that's what Rocky and Chad Cannon especially will do, is fire from distance.
He's a streaky shooter. I've seen him go cold, and I've seen him light it up.
He's a 39% three-point shooter. Rocky's a team 36%. The Saints, 41. And Burnham fakes the 3. Free throw line out to Laurel Johnson. He'll dribble up on top. One hand the pass to Imhoff. Imhoff in the lane, puts it up left-handed against Betcher and in.
Rocky is not double-teaming Ryan.
Yet. 19 minutes to go in the half. Carroll up 4-3. Wilmore stops, free throw line, misses. Rebound Imhoff. And that brace doesn't look to be affecting him at all. He's had a couple of days to practice in it. And he'll take it all the way coast to coast, dump it baseline. Wyman for the reverse layup. This is the best Carroll's looked in a couple of games, honestly. And I know it's early. And it's 6-3 Saints on the Bud Light scoreboard. Betcher holds, right side, now Cannon in. Free throw line, he'll dribble, leave it out to Samuelson. Now McDonald over on the far left wing. Gets around Kalajaye to the hole, kicked it out. 2 Saints hit the deck, and Laurel Johnson called for the foul. His first team foul. quick tempo so far here tonight, Coach.
Yeah. Carroll looks like they have their legs. They're excited.
Inbound to Satchel McDonald.
A lot of energy. I guess that's what I'm saying. I'm seeing a lot of energy in the Saints right now.
Yeah, a lot more energy than I felt that there's been as McDonald almost threw it away. Gets it to Wilmore. Now Samuelson fouled underneath.
And Carroll wants to keep it out of his hands as much as possible. They're going to try to full front him. And that time Rocky was able to lob it to him.
Foul on Imhoff, his first, second team foul. 18:06 to go, first half. Saints leading at 6-3 on the Bud Light scoreboard. McDonald inbound Samuelson on the far wing. Now Cannon. He'll bring it up on top to Wilmore. Picks up a dribble, and now McDonald on the near wing. Down inside to Betcher, tipped away by Imhoff. Imhoff with a 2-on-2. He'll dribble to the wing, lobs it down to Kalajaye, who puts it up, no good. Rebound tipped, it's loose, and McDonald comes down with it. McDonald into the front court, finds Wilmore, far corner in front of the pep band. Nice to have the pep band and students back. Imhoff with another steal!
Unbelievable.
That's, what, 2 or 3 steals already. And Kalajaye holds up on top, now dribbles. Leaves it for Imhoff, working against Cannon, and that is a big mismatch. And dumps it off baseline again, the reverse to Lyman. And Bill Drykosen has to take a 30-second timeout because Carroll's up 8-3. I like the start.
Well, I don't understand how Cannon ends up on Wyman. I guess just had a transition because of the steal, but that's not the matchup you want. And when Imhoff started backing down, Rocky recognized it was a bad deal. They all collapsed on him, and that opened up the back cut for Wyman.
So the Saints off to an 8-3 start here. You know, and
it's the Ryan Imhoff show right now.
Right now, yeah.
It is the Ryan Imhoff. I mean, he's a monster.
But here's the big stat. And again, it's early. We're only 2.5 minutes into this game, but Carroll's 4 for 5 from the field.
Yeah.
And they haven't taken anything outside 5 or 10 feet.
Yeah. He's just dominating both ends right now.
Wyman has 4 points. Imhoff with a rebound, a couple of assists, a couple of steals already. And now Kalajaye, a little pressure in the backcourt. Man on Satchel McDonald. We mentioned this back on January 9th, but McDonald has the body build of a Tony Gwynn. And Laurel Johnson comes away with the steal at the other end. To push it, front court, 14-footer, in and out. Rebound off of Samuelson, and it'll be with Carroll. Burnham saved it.
And Samuelson is having a real rough start to this game. He's had a couple of fumble losses. He should have had that rebound.
17:02 to go in the half. Carroll up 8-3. The inbound now. Kalajaye has it.
Betcher. That was Betcher. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say the Samuelson. Betcher.
Imhoff works against Betcher down low, kicks it out to Johnson. He'll penetrate, leave it across the way on the wing to Wyman, who drives, puts it up again with the left-handed in.
And you're seeing a very aggressive Carroll, a team really attacking off the dribble. Much more movement, player movement.
Well, you know, this Carroll's offense isn't going to get to the free throw line a lot because of the way that they play. But this is a different style, as McDonald will fire a 3, well short. Rebound, Burnham gets it to Wyman. He'll leave it up ahead to Laurel Johnson up the near sideline. Dribbles down to the wing. Free throw line, gets around McDonald. The layup is good, and it's 12-3 Carroll. I haven't seen this energy from the Saints in a couple of games.
Yeah, they're not taking any prisoners right now.
It wouldn't be surprise me if they win this game by 40 tonight. Rocky struggling right now. Samuelson will try a 3. It's off the mark. Rebound tipped by Wyman and Imhoff, and Imhoff comes down with it. Up ahead now, Laurel Johnson. 12-3 Saints, 15:48 to go in the half. Johnson will penetrate. Now dribble back out onto the wing and leave it onto the block for Imhoff. Imhoff working against Betcher. He'll put it up right-handed. Counted and a foul! And just like that, it's an 11-point lead.
Yeah.
Betcher's first, team foul number 1. We get substitutions. Latrell Franklin, a 5'8 sophomore from Temecula, California, and Austin Payne, the 6'5 junior from Garden Grove, California, and Tegan Johnson, 6'1 senior from Dutton.
That was just no fun for Betcher that first 5 minutes. He's a good player. He'll come back and play better, but that was a nightmare for him.
Imhoff at the line, 81.5% on the season, and showing no signs so far that brace on his shoulder, any problems. And the free throw is good. Carroll playing just about as perfect the first 5 minutes as you can play. And it's 15:35 to go. It's 15-3. And we know Rocky's good. They'll settle down, but Wilmore almost got away with a travel. Now Samuelson gets it to Franklin. He throws it off of Wyman's leg into the hands of Kalajai. Up ahead, Burnham. He'll take it to the rack. He's fouled. He'll shoot two. Seriously, Coach, when was the last time you saw this energy from the Saints men?
Yeah, that's tremendous energy, tremendous defense, attacking offense, and Rocky is in a fog right now. I mean, they're not playing the kind of defense that Billy teaches and that they normally play. They're not execution on offense. I mean, they played a game last night. It was a tough one, and they just don't look like, they have their legs or they're ready to go at all.
Burnham's first one. He's an 88.7% free throw shooter. He hits the first. Oliver Carr checks in. And Alejandro Santos Piqueras. Carr, the senior from Bozeman. Piqueras, the junior from Madrid, Spain. And Burnham with a second free throw. Hits them both. It's 17-3, and Bill Drykosen takes a second timeout less than 5 minutes into the ball game.
Well, he has to. He's got to inject some fire into these guys. They're defensively, they're just a half a count behind, and I think you got to do something with Emhoff. You can't let him just isolate. You can't let him isolate on his man like he is right now. I think you have to double team him, and then offensively they just are not playing with much of a sense of purpose right now. Billy will get him going.
Yeah, if there's one coach that's fired up, it'll be him. Speaking of fired up coaches, last night Sean Hughes ejected at the Northern game against LC, and Northern won that game.
Yeah.
And now he can't coach tonight against Western, and that might actually be a good thing because him and Coach Keller don't get along real well on the sidelines.
Well, Western has been dominating that series lately. I think they've won 3 in a row and maybe 5 of the last 6, something like that, on the men's side. But that's a big win for Northern to come out of there with a win when they don't have their coach.
Well, and I talked to, there's an official tonight in the game that had the game last night. I talked to him at the gym today, and he said once Coach Hughes was ejected, the team played a lot more loose, and with almost more fun out there. They weren't getting yelled at, but they ended up getting the win. That's a big win over number 8 LC State.
That's a huge win. And then, of course, tonight, Western in Havre, right?
Yep,
that's in Havre. And there's a lot riding on that game.
Yeah, definitely. Because right now, LC and Western are tied for first. LC is at Providence. You figure they'll win that, bounce back. But Western and Northern, a game separation. I mean, there's not much separation between the top 5 teams in the league. Just 2 games. Just 1 game. I'm sorry.
Jason, when you don't get to coach the next game, you can't be in the building.
Right.
I mean, you cannot be in the complex, or you're not supposed to be, put it that way.
Yeah. Saints leading at 17-3, 15:05 to play on the Bud Light scoreboard first half. Wilmore over to Franklin left side. He'll try a deep 3, and it's good. And that snaps the scoring drought of about 4.5 minutes, and it's 17-6. Kalajai, top of the key, down to Burnham. Burnham working in the lane, just has the ball ripped out of his hands by Franklin. Nice steal by the little man. And he'll take it up into Payne out on the wing, back to Franklin, off his hands, out of bounds.
Well, that's just a crazy pass.
That's the 5th turnover.
And that is just a crazy pass. He's going nowhere, and he just flipped it into the stands.
17-6, Carroll on top. They led 17-3.
Oliver Carr's in, and it'd be nice to see him get going. He's such a good kid.
Well, it'd be nice to see him play for more than a few minutes at a time, too. He's got the ball, kicks it out to Piqueras, who comes near side Kalajai with the pass. Kalajai stripped on the way up by Wilmore, and back the other way goes Franklin. He'll push it top of the key, come right side. Tegan Johnson, he'll penetrate. And, Carson Cunningham doesn't like that. Almost, Ife Kalajai saying the same thing happened to me down on the other end. That's Kalajai's first.
I think you called it. I think that he felt that it was exactly the same situation.
3rd team foul on the Saints. 14:07 to go in the half, leading 17-6. Wilmore over to the right side now. Payne. Payne will step into a 3, and it's good. So 2 straight 3s, 6 straight points, and it's 17-9. Lead cut to 8.
Well, Carroll's got a couple of guys that came off the bench now, and you want to lose your chemistry, you got to keep it going.
Burnham, top of the key. Right side, Picaris. Now down on the baseline to Carr. Back out to Picaris. Now up on top, Burnham. Back inside Carr. Pushed from behind by Samuelson, and there's the foul call. And the foul on Samuelson will be his first, third team foul. And Johnson, Imhoff back in. Keeping Carr out there. So, you and I talked about this off the air, but it'd be nice to see Carr and Imhoff on the floor together to see what they can do. And they're out there, and Carr takes the inbound, takes it straight against Payne. The baby hook is good.
That's his shot. He loves that shot.
19-9, Carroll, 13:30 to go in the half.
Nice out of bounds play design there by Carroll.
Payne out on the left side, leaves it for Johnson. Johnson, now Samuelson up on top. Handoff, Latrell Franklin. Franklin, little floater in the lane, no good. Rebound, Santos Picaris. Oh, he wanted to get a big outlet. He'll keep it himself. He'll dribble to the left elbow and leave it out for Carr on the right side. Imhoff posting up against Johnson. I still feel that's a mismatch. He'll take it into the lane, stripped away, no call. Back the other way, the ball pushed down the floor. Payne's going to dribble it out of bounds. And I haven't seen Carson Cunningham this fired up as well in quite some time either.
Well, I think he realizes how important this game is. He's got everything's right on this game for Carroll. I mean, you want to go to the national tournament, you want to finish in the top three. This is a crossroads game.
19-9, Saints lead, 12:45 to go. Johnson up on top to Imhoff, dumps it inside Carr. Back out to Picaris for three. Bang! Alejandro Santos Picaris is 22-9. McDonald back in for the Battling Bears. Up on top, comes right side Johnson. Down to the corner, back gets it up on top. Payne now, he'll try another three. He misses this one. Picaris with a rebound. Imhoff out on the right side to Picaris. He'll dribble up onto the wing, leave it up on top for Wyman. Back over to the right side, Picaris leaves it for Imhoff. Samuelson now on Imhoff. Imhoff fires from 10, no good, and Samuelson with a rebound. 22-9 Saints, just under the 12-minute mark here. First half from Helena. Samuelson holds and finds Franklin. He holds with Johnson on him. 15 on the shot clock. Franklin, penetration, kicks it out to McDonald. He'll drive, and he hits the front of the rim with the dunk. He was short on the dunk. Picaris out to Wyman. Wing three, no good. Rebound tipped into the hands of Franklin. And then Carr, nice shot by Franklin. He kind of waited for Carr to come get close, and then he ran into Carr, and Carr ran over the back of him.
Just a bad decision by Satchel McDonald to try to dunk that ball. I mean, he didn't have a chance to dunk that. He's got a layup, just lay it in.
Line change as Joel Towers, a 5'10 freshman from Hollywood, California, in. Betcher returns, and Cannon in for the Battling Bears. And Dane Warpin, the sophomore from Havre, in for the Saints. Good defense from College Eye. Forces McDonald to retreat into the backcourt. 11:20 to go, first half. Saints up 22-9. They led 17-3 early. Payne, now McDonald. Top of the circle. Works against College Eye. He traveled with it. Payne, and now Cannon in for three. It's good. 22-12. 11 minutes to go in the half.
Now, Rockies made a few threes, but they're not getting the ball inside at all, and they're not getting any dribble penetration at all. And in the end, that's not going to work.
Picaris penetrate, finds Imhoff, back out to Picaris. Now Imhoff gets it to Johnson in the near wing in front of the Rocky bench. 2 are left here at the P Center. Johnson hangs, leaves it for Imhoff. He'll back down against Betcher with 4 to shoot. Santos Picaris baseline, counted and one!
Another assist by Imhoff.
That's his 3rd assist. And it's 24-12 Carroll. But that's 3 assists, all of them on the backdoor cuts.
Yeah, he gets the ball at the low post, and if anybody turns their head, Coach Carson's got him making random cuts, random back cuts, and they're very difficult to guard.
Piqueras hits the free throw. It's 25-12.
And you got a guy like Ryan who can pass the ball that well. It's pretty lethal.
Well, he's the team leader in assists. McDonald, top of the circle. 10:22 to go. Saints up 25-12. They've led by as much as 14. McDonald finds Cannon, another three. No good. Rebounded. Out of bounds. Saved by Piqueras into the hands of Imhoff. Up ahead now, Warp. Billy Drykosen wanted a foul on that three attempt. Piqueras up on top. He'll drive. He'll lay it up off the glass and in.
Well, he's playing well. And you said you thought he would after the way he played at Tech. I mean, he is really giving his team a nice little lift.
9:45 to go. The Saints have a 15-point lead. It's 27-12. And then the ball is tipped by Imhoff. Up ahead, the dunk! Thank you very much! And this crowd is going insane. 29-12. Carroll with 9:36 to play. We get a timeout on the floor. Nope, it's just a 30-second timeout, so we'll stay here. But
Alexandros Santos Piqueras.
yeah,
He is making some nice plays. And then you throw him in playing as well as he is with Ryan Imhoff. That is really huge. He has given this team a huge lift offensively, and he's also a good defensive rebounder.
Yes.
I mean, he's so long, and he rebounds above the rim. You have to.
that's 75%. Rocky 4 out of 11. All 4 of their buckets are from 3. And it's 29-12 Carroll with 9:36 to play first half. This is exciting.
Yeah, it's very exciting. It's great to see. And the energy, I think you said, you noticed how into it Carson is. I mean, he's really fired up. I mean, he's providing a lot of the energy for his team. They've never seen him this animated before.
And Kalajaye tips it away, but right into the hands of Betcher. Takes it up off the glass, no good. Rebound Kalajaye. Up ahead, Piqueras out on the far wing. Waits for help. He'll drive baseline. Dumped it off to Warp, who's fouled in the lane.
When Piqueras plays like this, I mean, he looks like a guy that could play at another level like in Europe. I mean, he's a kid from Spain, and when he's playing like this, he's going to want to videotape this and send this to some of his pro teams in Spain. I mean, he is really attacking.
The foul on McDonald, his first, team foul number 5. Towers, Franklin, Wilmore back in, and Samuelson for the Ballon Bears. 29-12 Saints.
Ooh.
And Kalajaye, Cannon almost knocked it away. Ward has it now on the far wing. Up on top, Piqueras. Fakes a three. He'll drive the lane. He'll put it up. The reverse is good!
Unbelievable.
He has 10, and it's 31-12.
Yeah.
Cannon in. Right wing. Now Franklin over to the left side for Payne. He'll leave it on the wing. Wilmore. Samuelson up on top. Rocky just shell-shocked right now. And Santos Piqueras doing everything. Almost got the steal. Imhoff was fronting Samuelson. There's the first points inside the arc for the Ballon Bears.
Yeah, and they have to get the ball to Samuelson more, and it's hard to do because Carroll's fronting him so hard, but they have to get him the ball.
Johnson dribbles near the top of the key. Comes left side to Kalajaye. Now Imhoff. Samuelson. Imhoff drives baseline, leaves it for Piqueras. To Warp. Ball fake left. Dribbles right. Leaves it up on top. Now Kalajaye feeds Imhoff. Finds Warp cutting down the lane. And that is the 4th assist for Imhoff. And Warp makes it 33-14.
That same kind of random back cut. Just beautifully done. You can't play basketball better than that.
And Payne loses it. Warp up ahead. Not a great decision. He tried for the touchdown to Imhoff, but Wilmore knocked it loose. Now Franklin has it for the Bears. 7:50 to go. The ball loose. Warp picks it up out midcourt. Being harassed. Gets it to Imhoff to settle things down with 7:40 to go. Saints up 33-14. Piqueras, 10 points, 3 rebounds. Now Kalajaye. Free throw line, fouled, he'll shoot 2. And while we have this moment, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Carroll College basketball on ESPN Radio. Foul on Latrell Franklin, his first 16 foul, and Ife Kalajaye at the free throw line misses the first free throw. Well, he doesn't miss a lot.
No.
That is just the 8th miss. He is now 53 out of 61 on the year. He's 88%. Grant Wallace, a 6'8 sophomore from Kuskia, Idaho, checks in. Wyman returns for the Saints. 7:25 to go in the half. Carroll in control. Kalajaye hits a second. It's 34-14. It's the largest lead now with 7:25 left. Franklin. You know, the big key for Carroll, and you hate to think ahead, but could they have to sustain this? Because you know Rocky's going to eventually settle down at some point. Franklin, the penetration. Tries to go baseline, does to Wilmore, puts it up, no good. Rebound tipped right back to Wilmore, and he misses again. Wallace with the rebound, no good. Rebound, Laurel Johnson. Up ahead, Kalajaye. Extra pass, Warp, back to Ife on the near wing. Now Johnson swings the right side, Piqueras fakes the three, gives it to Wyman, baseline, out to Laurel Johnson. 6:40 to go. Saints up 34-14.
Rocky's playing much harder on defense now, Jason. I think you can see him starting to fly around.
Johnson to Warp. He'll drive, pick up his dribble. Out to Piqueras. The three as the shot clock expired.
Dane Warp needs to take that shot. I mean, he had the shot clock was running down. He had a drawn kick. He can make those shots.
That was 15 feet away.
Yeah.
Franklin, a little layup off the glass is good. A little Dom Robinson-esque.
Very nice.
34-16. 6:05 to go, first half.
Rocky's going to jump into his zone here. We'll see what happens. Yep.
A timeout taken by the Saints. 6:01 to go. Carroll's up 34-16. You could hear the Rocky bench to our left just say, hey, they're tired, let's go. But Carroll's got some energy that we haven't seen in quite some time, but we get a timeout on the floor. 6:01 to play on the Bud Light scoreboard. First half, Carroll 34, Rocky 16, back in a minute. This is Carroll College basketball on ESPN Radio. Jason Walker, Gary Turcotte back at the PE Center. 6:01 to go first half. Carroll College shooting 73.7%. They're 14 out of 19 from the field. Rocky is 6 out of 16, but they've hit 4 threes. But it's 34-16. This has been a fun first half so far. And we still have 6 minutes to go.
Yeah, there's a great energy in him, and Rocky now is starting to figure out that they got to play a lot harder, and they are playing harder.
In his zone, and Laurel Johnson, the 15-footer is good. Well, you can't leave him alone.
Yeah, he loves the 15-footer. That is his shot. I bet he's shooting over 60% on that jump shot.
Ooh, and a foul on Kalajaye. Franklin draws the reaching foul, and we're going to get a timeout on the floor. 5:41 to go, and Helena on the Bud Light scoreboard. First half, Saints 36, Bears 16. Back in a minute. You're listening to Carroll College basketball on ESPN Radio. .541 left first half. Carroll College leading 36-16. Alejandro Santos Piqueras with 10 points off the bench to lead the way. Saints at 75%, 15 out of 20 from the field. Have 9 rebounds. Rocky with 6. Rocky with the basketball. It's Franklin with it up on top. Working on Laurel Johnson. Wilmore flashed out. Good defense by Imhoff. Now Wilmore gets it up on top with 10 on the shot clock. Over the left side, Franklin. Franklin fouled by Laurel Johnson. Little hand check out front. That is team foul number 6 and the second on Laurel Johnson. 5:25 to go in the half. Carroll by 20. Matches the largest lead they've had so far tonight. And Franklin's been a little spark plug since
he's got some quickness.
Wilmore, top of the key, right side. Wallace. And an offensive foul on Jared Samuelson. Hooked on Matt Wyman. And his second, 7-team foul. 5:16 to go. Carroll up 36-16 on the Bud Light scoreboard. Imhoff has 7. Wyman with 6. Johnson with 4. And Wyman has it. Baseline. The shot off the glass, no good. Piqueras with the rebound. Couple of pump fakes and missed it. Rebounded by Wallace. Wallace up ahead. Cannonen, far corner. Leaves it for Franklin on the wing. Now Wilmore, top of the key. Samuelson again pushing on the back of Wyman. Wallace will try a 3 and it's good. Rocky has 5 threes tonight. That's keeping him in his game. 36-19. 4:30 to go in the half. 5 out of 9 from 3. 7 out of 17 overall. Laurel Johnson near side. Piqueras back to Johnson. Now Imhoff. Now Johnson. Ooh, we thought about a 3 and said he'll penetrate. Leave it for Imhoff. Left elbow. Carr underneath. Working against Samuelson. Kicks it out. Laurel Johnson for 3. It's good! Laurel Johnson nails the triple and the Saints back up 20. 39-19. Just under 4 to play in the half. Franklin gets around Johnson, who blocks it into the hands of Imhoff. He's got a 3-on-2. Stops free throw line, finds Piqueras underneath who draws the foul, and he'll shoot a 1-and-1.
And that's another assist by Imhoff. If you make the, I don't know if you can't, do you have to make the free throw to get an assist?
Well,
some statisticians do.
Well, he's shooting a 1-and-1, so I don't think he'll get an assist at all, honestly.
Because it was on the ground.
Yep.
Yeah, I guess it just depends on how you keep the stats. To me, that's a pretty good pass.
Well, Santos would have
gone straight up.
Yeah, and he missed the free throw. So 39-19, 3:40 to go. Cannonen throws it right into the hands of Imhoff. Imhoff's a 1-on-3. The layup is good!
Another steal. How many steals is that?
I don't know. I don't have that one, but it's at least 3 unofficially.
Yeah.
It's 41-19. 3:20 to play in the half. Johnson gets Back on Dion Franklin. Now Wilmore has it, lobs it down to Samuelson, bobbles it out of bounds off of his hands, but then off of Picaris out of bounds.
Rocky just having an awfully tough time getting the ball to Samuelson, and he's the key guy. He's the guy you got to get the ball to.
Johnson and Betcher back in for the Batwin Bears. 3:12 to go. Saints are up 41-19. Cannon in off the inbound for three. It's an air ball. He'll hear that. Rebound Wyman. Johnson up the far sideline. Laurel dribbles to the wing. Gets a screen from Imhoff. Gives it to Imhoff, who works against Betcher. Into the lane. Spins to his left, or back to his right, and put it up. He'd draw the foul and shoot two.
You know, there's so many times that I think that Ryan goes up and he doesn't really get the call. At that particular time, I thought that was a pretty good block. He said he got him with the body. Maybe he did. But Ryan is so strong, he doesn't get a lot of those calls inside in there.
He's 1 for 1 from the line tonight. Has 9 points, 4 assists, 3 rebounds. And the first free throw is off the mark. Carroll's missed 3 free throws tonight. Joel Towers back in.
Hollywood, California.
And he looks Hollywood.
He does got some Hollywood glasses.
Yeah. And Hollywood hair, Hollywood shoes, black and gold. Imhoff hits the second. 42-19. Dane Warp in, Imhoff out. 2:58 remaining in the half on the Bud Light scoreboard. Saints up 42-19. And the only reason Rocky's even that close is because they've hit 15 of their points from the three-point line.
That's interesting, isn't it? 15 of their 19?
Yeah. Franklin penetrate, kick out. Towers will try a three, no good. And rebound, Wyman, who climbed the rim and hung on. Now Johnson gets a screen. Leaves it over on the right side to Wyman. Carr posting up, gets it, works against Betcher. Kicks it out. Picaris for three. Off the back iron. But Carr with the offensive rebound. Laurel Johnson with it with 2:15 to go in the half. Saints are up 42-19. Wyman now. Inside to Carr. Carr works against Betcher. He'll put it up off the glass and in. It's 44-19 Carroll.
That's a 25-point lead.
Yeah. Well, maybe that's the magic number. Tegan Johnson the drive, no good. Drew a lot of contact, no call. Rebound, Laurel Johnson. He'll push it across midcourt. Come to Wyman on the wing. Works against Johnson. Now Warp on the near side with 95 seconds to go in the half. Carr working baseline, spins, puts it up, no good. Rebounded by Franklin. 90 seconds to go. Saints up 44-19. Franklin, free throw line, little floater, no good. Rebound, Matt Wyman comes flying in. Gets it to Laurel Johnson with 80 seconds left in the half. Rocky 7 of 21 from the field. Carroll's 18 of 26. Yeah, Rocky 7 of 21, 5 out of 11, so they're 2 out of 10 from inside the three-point line. Wyman, the drive, fouled, he'll shoot a bucket. There's a couple. Betcher with the foul. His third. And Wyman will go to the line. 82.8% on the year. Wyman's first free throw is up, and it's good. Payne back in for Rocky. Kyle Nickel checks in, and Imhoff returns for the Saints.
Laurel Johnson, stellar first half. I was worried when Ife Kalajaya got his second foul that they might drop off, but they actually haven't. They've continued to play great defense.
And it's 46-19 Carroll. 58 seconds to go in the half. And Kyle Nickel working against Franklin. Nickel's so quick, but he'll pick up a foul here. Nickel, the he's a junior from Capital.
You know, you commented earlier, he's the only one that's able to get any penetration, anything attacking the rim.
Franklin.
Yeah. Yep. The rest of the Rocky players, can do that. But they're settling for threes, and of course he misses the free throw.
Imhoff with the rebound. Gets it across midcourt, 45 seconds to go. He takes it in, kick out, warp, three, no good. Pekaris with the rebound. And he'll dribble it all the way out with 37 seconds to play. 10-second differential, shot clock to game clock, so Rocky will get the ball back, barring an offensive rebound. Pekaris gets it to Wyman. That's a huge mismatch against Franklin. Wyman puts it up and in. Franklin's 5'8", Wyman's 6'7", and it's 48-19 Carroll. 15 seconds to go in the half. Nickel against Franklin. Crossed up. Franklin gets in the lane, wraps it out to Towers for three. He airballed it. Pekaris with the one-handed rebound. He's got a 3-on-2. He finds one. It goes behind him, though.
He got too fancy.
Yeah.
He tried to do a no-look. And
it was a decent pass. Ward probably should have had it.
I don't know.
But a great first half by the Carroll College men. How about that? The best half that they played in a long time. And right now on the Bud Light scoreboard at the half in Helena, it's the Saints 48, Rocky 19. Back with a halftime show in a moment. This is Carroll College basketball on ESPN Radio. These are halftime in Helena, and 10th ranked Carroll rolling over Rocky right now, 48-19. I'll check some other scores. 8th ranked LC in the second half, 16 and a half to go, trailing at Providence 43-39. That's wow.
Yeah. Yeah,
See
that's
if-
a kind of a surprise.
See if the Argos can hang on, because if they can and the Saints can hold on, then there'll be a tie. Well, depending on what happens with Western at Northern tonight. But I have a feeling Northern's going to be in that game, even without Coach Sean Hughes. But the Saints men just rolling right now. And honestly, this has been as good of a first half as I saw since last year against Western when they led 41-18 at the half. Now they lost that game. But this is a different energy that we've seen at least all of 2018, honestly.
Well, it's been amazing, and I think it started with Coach Cunningham. I mean, you could just see the intensity in his face, and from the very, very first. I mean, he's up, and he is yelling, and he has got fist pumping, and his players are definitely into it. And defensively, I'm just looking at what they did to Rocky Mountain. Rocky was 7 for 23 from the field, but they missed all those shots, and they only got 2 offensive rebounds. They turned Rocky over 13 times. I mean, that's as bad a half I know as Rocky has had in a couple of years. And it wasn't like they were that bad. It was just that's how good the Carroll defense was.
Carroll College came into this game 4th in the nation in steals per game at 10.9. Right now they have 9 steals in the first 20 minutes.
Well, it's just been amazing, and then they've scored off a lot of them too.
14 points off turnovers.
That's a 29-point deficit at halftime. I mean, you just don't see that in the Frontier. You just don't see it.
And these teams are tied at 5-4 in conference play.
Yeah.
And granted, Carroll, they've shot themselves in the foot a lot the last couple of weeks, but just by not being able to make a basket. Well, on the contrary, they're 19 of 29 tonight. They're 65.5%. They were around 75% for most of that half.
They really were just unbelievably efficient offense led by Ryan Imhoff, and then just a huge contribution by Santos, who came in off the bench and played as well as I've seen him play. I mean, he did. That's the player that we all were hoping when he got here, but it's taken him a while. I mean, it's a whole different brand of ball, the physicality, the intensity. And he gave him a huge burst, but everybody's playing well, really. Everybody in the black uniform tonight is had a great half.
When I mentioned it during Saints game day, driven by Placer Motors, that Santos had a great second half at Tech in that loss. He was the one that really kept them in it in the second half, and it's continued through the next 20 minutes. So he's played well for a full game now in two different halves of 2 different games. But he leads the team and he shares the team lead in scoring. With 10 points apiece. But the Saints, that first 5 minutes was impressive. And you look at Rocky, they've gotten some looks, but they're just 2 of 11 from inside the 3-point line. They have 7 shots made, 5 of them are from distance. If they don't make those 5 shots, they're not in this game at all.
Well, they're not getting any penetration against the Carroll defense. They can't get the ball to their best player. And Rocky played last night in Butte, and it was a war. And it came down to the last 10 seconds who was going to win that game. And that's tough. That's a tough turnaround. It really is.
Sure. But I go back to the Saints non-conference schedule. They played 3 games in 3 days. A lot of these teams didn't do that. And then if you go to the national tournament, and Bill Drykosen knows better than anybody, you have to win 5 games in 6 or 7 days, depending on if you play that first Wednesday or Thursday. And this is you've got to be used to back-to-back. You're a college student. You've worked all off season to get into shape. And I know they played last night at Tech, but everybody has back-to-backs, and right now Carroll, they had the day off, but they had a day off after a tough loss.
They did.
I mean, they had a lot to think about.
They did.
They could have folded the tent after that loss at Tech. I mean, Tech's the worst team in the nation. Well, arguably the worst team in the nation. And as good as they played, as bad as Carroll shot, but they could have been sulking and came out lackadaisical in this first half, and they came out completely opposite of that.
Yeah, they did. It showed the character of the players, the coach, the program, the way they came out tonight. And this is a monster crowd. This is very close to capacity, and the students are back. They're providing energy, and a lot of these guys, their girlfriends are back. Their families are here. They wanted to come out and show. And by the way, I really enjoy having the Carroll band here. It's
great to have them back.
Very nice band to have here that we don't have over the Christmas vacation because we played a lot of games over Christmas. We didn't have that, but it's just a great atmosphere in here tonight, no doubt.
Definitely is. And we'll take a break. We'll come back. We'll give you the halftime stats and get you ready for the second half. That is next on the Bud Light scoreboard. Saints leading at 48-19 at the break. This is Carroll Basketball on ESPN Radio.
That was as good a first half I've seen them play ever. Yeah. He played so well in the second half in Tech the other night, and he kept it up. That's nice to see. And then we'll talk after that.
Halftime in Helena, and the Saints leading at 48-19. First half stats. Rocky, 7 of 23, 30.4%, 5 of 12 from the three-point line. That's 41.7%. And 0 for 1 from the free throw line. 6 points for Cannon, 2 for Samuelson, 5 for Franklin, 3 for Wallace and Payne. 6 assists, 13 turnovers, no blocks, 5 steals for the Battling Bears, who have not led. Oh, yeah, they did lead. They led 3-2. Carroll College, 19 of 29 from the field. That's 65.5%. 2 of 6 from 3. 8 of 11 from the free throw line. 10 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 steals for Ryan Emhoff. 10 points, 4 rebounds for Matt Wyman. 10 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists, and a steal for Alejandro Santos Piqueras. 7 points for Laurel Johnson, 4 for Match Burnham, 1 for College I, 2 for Ward, 4 for Oliver Carr, who also has 3 rebounds. 10 assists, 5 turnovers, a block, and 9 steals. Carroll out-rebounding Rocky 19-9, including 4-2 on the offensive end. Carroll 16-11 advantage off the bench, 32-4 advantage points in the paint, 6-0 second chance points, and 14-3 points off turnovers. All in all, Coach Shercott, a dominating first half.
Well, it was. I think you said that's the best you've seen Carroll play maybe this year in a conference game. I think maybe I probably would agree with you. Now, Carroll has had a little bit of problems at times in the games that they have lost in the little second half letdown. But I don't think Rocky can overcome a 29-point deficit at halftime. But I'm sure the coach is really aware of that and would like to see his guys come out and play with the same level of intensity, especially at the defensive end.
Well, you coached against Bill Drykos in a long time. What was he like in that halftime locker room, do you think?
You know, Billy is a pretty positive guy. He's very intense and very excited and tremendous energy, but he's not the kind of coach that rips kids. He really isn't. He'll try to provide some energy and some strategy. He's got to figure out how am I get the ball to Samuelson, and I would maybe, he's trying to get the ball to him down low. I would maybe try to, move him around a little bit, just get him the ball and just let him make plays, because it can't be much fun for him. Carroll's fronting him and backing him down at the low post, and he just can't get a touch.
11 minutes to go in Great Falls. Providence leading 8th-ranked LC State 53-47. And in the first half in Havre, Western and Northern are tied at 34.
Wow. And you said that you thought that Northern would play well without their coach. But I guess you never know. And I guess I don't know who his assistant is. We should try to find that out before we're done. Because I promise you, all of a sudden, he didn't get much sleep last night, realizing he was going to have to coach his first head college coaching game. That's a different feeling.
Definitely.
That is the first time you do that. That's different.
So the Saints leading at 48-19. Can they sustain the energy level and again in the second half?
Well, I think that's interesting. I don't know if you can play as well as they did, but I'd like to see him defensively to continue to shut down the dribble penetration, because that when they're able to do that, they're awfully tough to score on.
Rocky has the ball to start the second half, moving right to left. Cannon and Samuelson, Betcher, Wilmore, and McDonald out there. And it's Wilmore on the near wing. He'll drive baseline, stop, throws it away. McDonald on the far corner there to pick it up. Samuelson out on the wing. Betcher gets Imhoff in the air. He drives and he hangs and he hits.
And that might get Betcher going. He had a really rough first half.
Well, so did all of Rocky.
Well, he did, but he's a guy that they're counting on to do some things.
48-21 Carroll. 34 seconds gone by. Josh Peterson, the assistant coach at Northern.
Josh Peterson.
Johnson to Imhoff and a block on Betcher. That's a good call because he leaned in with his chest as Imhoff was driving, and then he took the fall backwards.
I think that's 4 on Betcher.
It is. Payne in.
You see what I mean about Billy Drykos and how positive he is. His team is down by 29.
Wyman takes the inbound, being harassed in the lane, throws it up short, rebounded by McDonald. Up ahead, Cannon in near corner. Now Wilmore on the wing, now McDonald up on top. 19 minutes to go. Payne will try a three, miss it, rebound. Samuelson down low, and he's fouled, he'll shoot 2.
And Carroll only gave up 2 offensive rebounds the first half.
And that is the first. It's second on Imhoff, team foul number 1. And that'll put Samuelson at the line. On the season, averaging 19.8 points. He's an 87.8% free throw shooter. And he hits the first. So Rocky, a little 3-0 run to start the half. And I'll play devil's advocate because as he hits them both, we've seen Carroll lose real big leads. They were at 41-18 last year over Western and lost big. They led by 22 earlier this month at home over LC.
Well, it's a game of runs, and a team can get hot, you can lose momentum.
And they lead by 25 right now with 18:35 to go. College High, a little hesitation. The left hand, no good. Rebound tipped into the hands of Wilmore. Up ahead, Satchel McDonald. McDonald, the layup. Spun it in.
Boy, that's a pretty shot.
And that's a 6-0 run by Rocky.
Satchel McDonald with a real pretty shot.
18-15 to go. Wall, boom, for 3. Well, that's a big answer.
Well, and Rocky is pressing now, and you know, they left Burnham alone, and he burned him. He did.
51-25, 18 minutes to play. Cannon, far right wing. Now Samuelson, he'll step into a three from straight away, and it's good.
Now that's what we talked about, is getting him the ball, you know, not just at the low post, but let him move around because he's got the complete game.
Wyman, he'll drive against Wilmore, he'll draw the foul, he'll shoot two. Saints breaking the press nicely the last couple of times.
And then attacking, not saying, okay, we're going to set it up. Let's make him pay for it.
51-28. Wyman at the line. 2 for 2 tonight. He has 10 points. And he misses the first. Carroll's missed now 4 free throws. Rockies hit 6 threes in this game. Carroll's hit 3. Wyman's second one is good. So 52-28 Carroll. 17:35 left. Ooh, that was close to being an over and back.
It was.
Wilmore was right at midcourt. Wow. Cannon in comes near side Payne. Onto the wing now Wilmore. One dribble. Now Samuelson up on top. Over to the right side McDonald. Comes back to the left side Payne. Cannon in. Comes around the screens. Fires a three and he hits it. He's got 3 threes tonight.
Yeah. Well,
55-31.
And a 2-2-1 zone press right now for Rocky.
Carroll not having any pressure or problem with it. Burnham on the near wing. Up to College High. 17 minutes to go. Carroll up 52-31. Rockies outscored the Saints 12-4 here in the second half to cut into a 29-point deficit at the break. College High down to the far wing. Now up on top, Burnham. Imhoff has it. Right elbow. Shot. Good. 57-31 Carroll. That was patience on that possession.
Yeah, good discipline against that.
Wilmore drives, hangs, and hits, and draws the foul.
And you see now Rocky it's starting to try to get penetration and dribble penetration, and this is where Carroll, when they've had defensive letdowns the second half, they've let people, attack them off dribble penetration.
Wilmore at the line, looking to convert the three-point play. And he does not. The rebound tipped, though, by Payne off the backboard, and it comes back to him. Now Samuelson out on the far wing. Ooh. Driving against Imhoff, spinning, kick out, Payne three, short, Imhoff rebound. Outlet Laurel Johnson. Imhoff now with 5 rebounds. 16-14 to go. Carroll up 54-33. Johnson down to the far wing, now reverses. Into the right block, dumps it behind his back to Imhoff, who finds Wyman cutting baseline. The reverse is good. That worked so well in the first half, and it worked again here tonight.
That's
second
pretty
half.
basketball.
15:55 to go. It's 56-33 on the Bud Light scoreboard. Payne comes near side, Cannon in. Rockies hit 5 twos and 7 threes tonight. McDonald, top of the key, comes near side for Payne. Now under the wing, Cannon in, another 3, and it's another make. He has 4 makes tonight.
Boy, he gets that shot off quickly.
59-38.
They're not right on him. He's going to jump that thing up, and he shoots it. It's a 25-footer.
Scoreboard's all over the place.
20-point lead. 56-36, I think that's right.
It's 59-38, I think.
Is it?
According to I keep every point. I don't think the score's right. Wyman out on the baseline. I think things have happened so fast as Imhoff turns and fires from 12 and hits.
Well, he's feeling it.
I think they've missed some points, honestly. I got 61-38. 61-38, yeah. McDonald comes left side, Cannon in. Feeds Payne baseline, fouled by Imhoff. That'll be his second. 14:41 to go. In Providence, or in Great Falls, are tied at 59. LC and the Argos. 6:15 to go.
LC's coming back. 6 to go. That's going to come right down to the wire.
McDonald, lob in, tipped. Stolen by Imhoff. There's 5 points missing on the scoreboard for both teams.
That's unbelievable.
I
don't know if I've ever seen that.
No. Scoreboard says 58-36. I got 61-38. Johnson, free throw line. We'll check during the timeout. Burnham, another three. And another make for Match Burnham.
A nice assist by Laurel Johnson. Drawn kick. Easy play.
$61-36 on the scoreboard. So that's what we'll have to go with 14 minutes to go. Samuelson will try another three. He'll miss. Burnham with the rebound. Now Laurel Johnson. 13:45 left. Crosses angle left side down to the wing. Now he'll penetrate down to the corner and bring it back out. Free throw line. He'll stop. 17-footer is nothing but net.
Well, Laurel's playing with a lot of confidence tonight.
66-38. 13 and a half to go. Cannon in. Comes near side Payne, and now Wilmore on the near wing. Over to Samuelson. Now McDonald. 10 on the shot clock. Samuelson out to McDonald. Now Payne, extra pass, a three is good. 66-41. And we get a timeout on the floor. 13:06 to go on the Bud Light scoreboard. It's the Saints 63, Rocky 39. We'll check the score when we come back in a minute. This is Carroll Basketball on ESPN Radio.
What does the book say? Go check the book. Check the book. Whatever the book says is right. The ref come over and explain to him what happened.
They have 63-39.
Okay, and then the coaches go. But tell the refs. Ref!
5 points there.
Check the score.
13:06 to go in Helena. Well, somewhere 5 points gets erased because this is why I keep a running total, but I'm pretty sure I'm right, 66-41, but on the scoreboard it says 63-39. So we have to go with that. 13:06 to go. Saints with the basketball. Santos Piqueras back in. Burnham double team on the near corner, calls a quick timeout. So Carroll takes the timeout. They're down to 4. To 5. Providence leading in Great Falls 62-61, 3:38 to go over 8th ranked LC State. We'll keep you updated on that one.
And Rocky Mountain College there with their 2-2-1 zone press, and they're trying to push you to the outside, get you up by the half-court line and trap you, and almost never do you see that work against Carroll because they're so tall they can pass over the top of traps. But that time Rocky put a good trap on them.
Well, and it's a lot like what Carroll does, too.
Hey, forced Carroll to have to call a timeout. Doesn't happen very often, but it's pretty good press that time by Rocky.
Halftime in Havre, Western leading Northern 39-36.
Two close ones and one not so close, at least at this point.
Yeah. Santos, double team fouled. And we're going to get a timeout on the floor. 12:55 to go 63-39, Saints in the lead on the Bud Light scoreboard. Back in a minute. This is Carroll Basketball on ESPN Radio.
It wasn't a 2, was it? It was a 3.
12:55 to go, so we have to go up the official scorebook, which says 63-39. But the Saints are still in the lead.
Well, that, in a really close ball game,
That could matter.
yeah, it really could. It would, absolutely.
And the stats has it right too, but on the scoreboard. But I think the whole table except here has missed it. Kalajaya the drive, and I don't know why he tries sometimes to reverse his hands when he has a cleaner look. Back the other way comes Rocky. Cannon in the near corner. Picaris on him, and a foul underneath on the entry pass into Samuelson.
Players, I have 2, 34, 1, you got 34, and then you got 32, 12, 24, 31.
So Rocky basketball, the foul on Wyman, his first, team foul number 4. And Franklin lobs it up to Cannon near side, back to Franklin on the wing. He'll dribble up on top, pass to Samuelson, now over to the right side for Tegan Johnson. Johnson the penetration, leaves it for Samuelson, high post, works against Wyman, down to the baseline, puts it up and in.
That's a pretty shot by Samuelson. I just like watching him play. Carroll breaking the press that time a little more aggressively.
63-41, 12-12 remaining. Kalajaya, left side for Wyman. Now Burnham, top of the key, comes right wing, Kalajaya. Leaves it for Imhoff, working against Grant Wallace. Imhoff spins to his left, puts it high off the glass and in.
That's a tough shot. That is not an easy shot.
60.
That's kind of a fadeaway.
65-41, 11:45 left. Samuelson will drive. He'll put it up before he got to Imhoff and put it in.
You're starting to see what Samuelson can do.
Yeah, he's good. Yeah. 65-43, 11 and a half to go. Imhoff to Santos Picaris. Fires it right side. Burnham, 3 ball. That's 3.5 for Match Burnham. And it's 68-43, 11:15 remaining. Tegan Johnson dribbles all the way up top of the key over to the right side. Cannon in quick 3. No good. Rebound. Kalajaya. Up ahead to Imhoff. Imhoff into the lane. Ooh, an offensive foul. He might have got a little out of control. Cannon then takes the charge, but it looked like Franklin had a hold of Imhoff's arms.
Well, those are such tough calls. There's so much action there.
Imhoff trying to get an explanation.
Yeah.
Noel Johnson checks in. Austin Payne in for Rocky and Carr back in for the Saints.
Oliver Carr's looks like he's got some stitches on his eyebrow.
He got an elbow the other night in practice.
In
practice for Match.
Oh, did he?
In practice on Wednesday. Tuesday. It was Tuesday he got the. Yeah. 68-43 on the scoreboard with 10:54 to go. Payne comes left side, Satchel McDonald. Up on top, Wallace. Down inside to Payne, and Picaris reached around and gets the foul.
Silly foul.
Argos leading the Warriors 64-63, just under 2 minutes to play in Great Falls.
So LC, what's their record right now?
LC in conference is, I'll tell you, there's some chippiness going on in the lane. LC is 6-3. Western is 6-3 in conference play.
So this one really matters.
The Saints, Northern, and Rocky are all 5-4. Santos tips it to Carr, who comes down with it. Steal for the Saints. Well above their season average now. Johnson on the left wing. Drives in the lane. Gets in trouble. Kicks it out to Wyman near the top of the key. Carr posting up in the lane. Baby jump hook. Good. 70-43 on the scoreboard.
Well, that's 6 points for him, and boy, if he can keep playing well, would that help this ball club?
Franklin over to the right side for Johnson. Back up on top, Franklin. Now Payne, left side McDonald on the wing. We're under 10 to play in Helena. Saints in control. 70-43. McDonald drives all the way across the lane. Draws a foul. And let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Carroll College basketball on ESPN Radio. So Satchel McDonald at the line. Shooting 2, knocks down the first. .9:49 to go. Rocky has 2 timeouts remaining. The Saints have 4. Saints with 17 fouls already, and McDonald hits them both. It's 70-45. Pecaris down to the left wing. One hand pass to Carr. Working down on the block. Gets through and fouled. Team foul number 4 on Rocky. They're going to get McDonald with the reach. That'll be his second.
McDonald hasn't been able to get his game going tonight. He played real well last night against Tech.
And he played well a couple weeks ago here. Yeah. Carr again in the lane, working against Wallace. Again the jump hook, and again it's good! 72-45. 9:23 to go. Payne, top of the key. Dribbles down to the elbow, fires from there, and got the shooter's touch.
He did. That was a very fortunate bounce.
72-47 on the Bud Light scoreboard. Wyman down the lane. The layup, count it, and one. No, they're going to call it. Oh!
The crowd wanted an and one.
So did I. It was that pretty. So the foul on Payne is second, team foul number 5. So it'll be Pecaris inbounding at baseline. Into Wyman on the block. Just up ahead of the block. Now he spins in the lane. This time he'll go to the line to shoot 2. And I like the aggressiveness that Wyman has played with all game too.
I think Carson has had a chat with all of them about being more aggressive and not standing around and just expect Ryan Imhoff to make plays for him. They're just all playing more aggressively, more confidently.
Wyman at the line.
They're not really doing anything new. They're running the same stuff. They're just playing more aggressively.
13 points. He's 3 for 4 from the free throw line tonight. And he has 2 free throws coming here. One dribble, little spin, pauses, fires, and rolls it in. Danny Betcher and his 4 fouls check in with 9:02 to go.
Yeah, he hasn't had much opportunity today to show what he can do.
Well, this is interesting. The official with the ball comes all the way over to the bench from the baseline and now gives it to Wyman.
I don't know if he was talking to somebody on the bench or...
He was talking to, Coach Cunningham.
Oh, was
Wyman second, also good. 74-47 on the scoreboard. 9 minutes to go in Helena. Coming down to the final minute in Gray Falls. The Argos lead by 3 over the Warriors. Franklin. Shifty, gets it in the lane to McDonald. Dribbles, stripped away by Johnson, tracks it down, gets it to Franklin. Nice ball fake right, shoots a 3 off the mark. Rebound, comes out the Carr at the free throw line. He'll get it to Santos Pecaris. He'll angle left side all the way down to the wing, all the way down to the baseline. and then bring it back out onto the wing and feed Wyman. Wyman will drive out, and now Johnson has it near wing. 8:22 to go. Carr top of the key. Now Burnham. Burnham's had 3 threes in this half. Wyman in the lane. Now Carr. Ooh, he should have shot that. Now Johnson fakes the 3. He'll drive baseline. Back out. Picaris with 1 on the shot clock. He rimmed it in and out. And that's, Carr gave up that 10-footer.
Yeah.
And those are the shots that a lot of the Saints given up a lot this year. Tegan Johnson gets around Burnham.
It's a nice move. Very nice move.
He just kept pivoting.
Yeah, a very nice move.
74-49. 7:45 to go. Wyman drives against Tegan Johnson, and Johnson throws an extra elbow into the back of Wyman as he goes up into the air. And a 1-and-1 for both teams now. And Trey Larson checks in, 6-foot junior from Gillette, Wyoming. 29 seconds to go in Great Falls. Providence 66, LC 65. Rooting for the Argos in this one.
Yeah, that would help Carroll.
Hugely.
Yeah, it really would.
Wyman hits the first. Kalajaye checks in.
And once again, the second night of the road trip for LC, after losing a heartbreaker last night in an overtime. Wasn't that an overtime game they lost?
That's
so
Northern's 3rd overtime game in conference play.
If they lose another close one on the road.
Wyman misses the second. Betcher with a rebound. 7:40 to go. Saints up 75-49 on the Bud Light scoreboard. Betcher, right side, Larson. Comes to the near side now. Tegan Johnson skips it over to Wallace. He'll step back for a 3. Short. Kalajaye with a rebound. 2 on 3, and Ife takes it all the way himself and draws a blocking foul.
Now, we haven't seen Carroll take it on the break like that for a while.
No, you're right.
Guy after guy really pushing and attacking. I think that's what we see different. They're running the same sets and the same offense. They're just playing more aggressively.
Rocky now has hit as many 2s as they have 3s, 9. And Kalajaye hits the first free throw. (76-49). Now Kalajaye's second one is also good. And Rocky takes a timeout. They're to be down to 1, and we're going to get a timeout on the floor. 7:24 to go. We're on the Bud Light scoreboard. Saints 77, Rocky 49. Back in a minute. This is Carroll College basketball on ESPN Radio. (77-49) on the Bud Light scoreboard. Carroll College ranked 10th in the country. They won't be ranked 10th when the new polls come out Tuesday. That's because they'll be 2-2 in the 2-week time frame. Be lucky to stay in the top 20, honestly.
Well, each conference has a rater, and Steve Keller is the rater for the men. It'd be interesting to think who's going to rank. He's probably going to have to rank himself first if they win tonight at Northern.
Yep. Well, they'll be the first place team in the conference.
Yeah.
Alone. And LC will tumble out of the top 10.
And then I'd say he's probably going to rank Carroll second.
It'd be tough not to.
Yeah, so they'll stay in the top 20.
Well, definitely the top 20.
Yeah. Man call, Kyle Nickel.
Kohlberg and
Pat
Warp.
Kohlberg and Warp, yeah.
81-56. 3 minutes to go on the Bud Light scoreboard. Man call. Wonder if you're going to see Chase Burnham tonight. Or Brad King.
Yeah, we haven't seen much of those guys.
Chase played a little bit early. Hasn't played at all here in January. King hasn't played at all. Nickel. Warp. Gets it in the corner. 2 to shoot. Nickel for 3. It's good! Kyle Nickel with the triple.
And that's a Helena kid, and the crowd loved it. They really came alive.
As the shot clock expired, now Larson will try to answer, and he does. 84-59. 2:15 left here in Helena.
And we're right next to the Rocky bench, and I can tell you that the Rocky coaches haven't quit. I mean, they are coaching just as hard as it was a one-point ball game right now.
2 minutes to play. Kohlberg holds up on top. Goes baseline. Warp, fouled by Larson. So Warp, they're posting him up, and I like that because he's got a size advantage over pretty much anybody else out there.
And he for his long-term future at Carroll, he needs to learn to get that part of his game. I mean, he never did any of that in high school. He was kind of a 1-2 guy, point guard, 2 guard. But he also has a tremendous knack for scoring the basketball.
He hits the first free throw. Well, we talk about it a lot, but we mentioned it before. He's the only male athlete in the state of Montana with over 10,000 passing yards on the football field and over 2,000 points on the basketball court.
Isn't that amazing? At a class
and a
school.
4.0 student.
Yeah.
Let's not forget that. He was valedictorian. Oh, nice move by Towers. A little behind the back.
Yeah, split the double team.
86-61. 105 seconds left. Man call to Picaris. Now Warp up on top, feeds Kohlberg. Wallace right in his face. Now Nickel, he'll drive, dish it off baseline. Warp knocked away from behind by May. And May kind of posed for a second. Well, you're 5'10", listed at 5'10". There's no way he's 5'10". He's the same size as Emilio Mancall, who's listed at 5'9", and that's being generous. And that might be with Emilio's hair being so high. He's got it spiked. I like it. 85 seconds left. Kohlberg in the corner gets it to Picaris. 6 to shoot. Picaris lobs it. Oh, man. He ball faked like he was going to pass in the wing. Lobbed it to Warp for 2.
He's got a gift. That is very gifted.
88-61. 65 seconds left. May will try a 3. Air ball. And the crowd's going to let him hear about that. You know it.
Yeah.
Nickel up ahead, Warp. He's got May on him. Warp takes it right out and puts it up left hand, a little strong. Rebounded by Larson. 52 seconds left. Larson finds May, and now back to Larson. He'll drive. He'll put it up and in.
Larson's played pretty well. I don't know how much time he's had this year, but he in this kind of this garbage time, he's played pretty well.
45 seconds left. Saints up 88-63. Man call fouled near midcourt by Towers. In Havre, 10.5 to play. It's Western 66, Northern 51. So Western's going to be sitting alone atop the frontier after tonight.
They put up a lot of points. I mean, they do.
Yes.
I mean, they got to be one of the leading, and to put up the points they do against good defensive teams.
Chase Burnham and Brad King check in for Warp and Santos Picaris.
Well, this is the first time I've seen them this year.
We've seen Chase.
I haven't seen their preseason games.
Yeah, we've seen Chase. We have not seen Brad King. This will be King's first minutes. Man call, missed the first, missed them both. And a lane violation on Rocky, so he'll get a second. Man call now 50% on the year, 4 out of 7 from the line, so just above. This one is also no good. King with the rebound, and he puts it up and in! The Australian scores his first Carroll points! And it's 90-63. Larson, no. Rebound tip, no, by Isaac Martell. King with the rebound. Nickel up the sideline, 20 seconds to go. The Saints can just dribble it out.
It didn't take long for King to get in the stats.
No,
You know?
he's not even listening to the individual stats. And now he has a couple of rebounds and 2 points. And Carroll College with a dominating performance tonight. Final seconds tick off, and now we go final in Helena. Your final score tonight on the Bud Light scoreboard. 10th ranked Carroll 90. Rocky 63. Back with the postgame show in a moment. This is Carroll College basketball on ESPN Radio.